Hey folks, I'm HP's Dr. Pink and today's topic is creative minor blues. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button to make sure you get the notification when a new video is uploaded or live stream is taking place. So let's get started. You first want to know how this thing sounds alike, and then we get into details, how you can become creative. Yeah, and so on. Don't want to push it too long. We're gonna get deeper into the topic during this tutorial. In this tutorial, we're talking about how to be creative in a minor blues setting. That means we are going for a main topic or a main theme, which is in this case is this figure here. This figure here, and how to develop ideas out of this by keeping track on the main idea. And to make it more interesting, it's in a trio situations, only drum, bass and guitar. So the guitar work is more complex and more demanding, because not from the speed, but from the selection, what you do and how you control the tone. And this is what this tutorial is about, how to express yourself and develop out of a simple idea to put in some more and a little bit more to develop something. And as I said, in the trio situation, it's more interesting but more demanding. So let's get started. Okay guys, this is a normal minor blues in A minor, and you probably already played a minor blues. It's not really something new, but if it's new for you, you need to know the form. So it's 4 bars of A minor, 2 bars of D minor, 2 bars A minor, then F7, E7, A minor, E7. So that's the form. And this is represented by this chord riff, this one here. This represents A minor. And this is also the idea which we develop. So this is 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the main thing here. We are in the 7th fret. We're sliding up in the 7th and in the 5th on the D and G string and to A minor. And together with the bass. Sounds cool. That's how it is. It's really simple. Now it's also essential that the slide is done nicely. This is really smooth here, and if you play the A5, don't just play it. Try to. You hear how the overtones are coming. These little details make the really cool thing about this, and that the overtones come nicely. You need to damp this properly, that you only play the 3 strings which are supposed to be played: A string, D string and G string. See? So this is the main figure which is played twice. And then it switches to D. On D we are here, 5th fret, 5th or 6th fret, and then we slide up in the 7th, same thing, and then we go to D5, in this case 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open A string, open D string. And to make this chord really biting, that's it's not just doesn't happen just like this. You have to damp the high E string, damp the low E string, and then you really go with, we call in German Schmackes, with Schmackes through the strings, that the chord bites. If you don't do Schmackes, and you have stuff like that, but now it's Schmackes. See? And then the thing is played again, A minor, once. Then it goes to 1 bar of F9, and this is this chord here. Here, D string, 7th fret, bar in the 8, over 3. Just lay it down. And then comes a E altered. 6th fret, 7th fret, 8, 8 on the top 4 strings. Sounds pretty nasty this way, but it has to be like this. And then comes the figure again. And then the ending is 1, E7 sharp 9, 7th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, and open E string. And then triplets, 1, 2, 3. So a triplet is 3 per beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's a triplet. So 1, 2. And then the whole theme is done. I'm gonna play the whole thing now. It's really simple, but it's cool. Now goes to D. Yeah, it's really simple. I think probably all of you guys can play this. And that's now the main grid which we are working within. Meaning you always stick to this figure, even, now comes a trick, even if you don't play the figure, but this thing has to be in your mind all the time. That's a way of being creative. A lot of students come here in my studio and they want to be creative. We learn to be creative. Creativity is a process of memorizing and developing an idea, but to develop an idea you need to have it in your mind. So this is the main figure which has to be kept in mind. That's why it's so simple. Now we work around this thing here. Now we're starting to do, we have a lot of time. So this is the main figure, 1, 2 and 3, 4. This figure is the main beacon through the whole tune. 1, 2 and 3, 4, and then the rest you can do what you want, or you can, we're gonna come to that a little bit later in the tutorial. So now we're gonna fill up the spaces. We can start with like an entry phrase with a 1, 2, 3, 7, 5, 5, little opening phrase. Then comes the figure. Then we can either go down to this chord or continue the phrase. See what I mean? You keep the main beacon going on through the tune and work around this. So let's try this with this figure here, but we're going to this chord. We don't make it too complicated. Now we do more complicated. I didn't do much now. Since we are in A minor, of course, you play the A minor pentatonics. So that should not be a brainer. So we worked around this little figure, made the main topic of the song, and then played something additional, just went into the bending. And one really valuable tip is keep it as simple as possible, but put the focus on controlling the tone. Since in trio and special, you have to control the tone. You can do start to listen to what you play. Don't play too complicated stuff. Just see what happened with this tone here. The listener goes up and then goes into vibrato. I've seen many players that just do like and they have no clue what they're doing, but you have to control what you're doing. To express exactly what you want, what bluesy vibe you want to express with this one bending. You know what I mean? So let's give it a shot. By the way, not playing is also music. You don't have to play all the time. The biggest mistake on minor blues you can do, trust me on that, is play too many notes. Try to play as little less notes as possible, but try to control those few notes you're playing the best way you can. That's the right way to go on this kind of genre. It's really important. I have added a delay here. You can brighten up your sound with a delay, set on the quarter note of the song, of course, and if you have a delay, you have to be even more precise because it doubles up what you're playing. If you play sh, you sound like sh. If you play great, you sound greater with the delay because it sums up what you're doing. See, I didn't really do much. When I went to D, I just moved the little motif up, just up one string, because we're changing the mode. But I was really sticking to the main topic. When the F came, you can go on the chord, or probably there's the moment to add a cool lick. Of course, and one cool lick which always works is this one here. It's a really standard lick. You make Barry in the 5th fret, bending in the 7th, then see, make a lettering effect. 7, 5, 5, 5, 8, pull off to 5. And these are 6 notes, and this is a sextole. That means 6 per note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's sextole. That's, if you can do it smooth and precise, they're pretty cool to go. Something like this. And then you stick back to the main beacon. So let's do that now. See, with these little simple tricks I already created a chorus which sounds pretty cool. Now we're gonna go a step further. Now we're going to enter soloing and leaving the main thing. You can still pop in from time to time, but in the meanwhile, you just play anything. Since you are in a trio situation, the tone, the one note you're playing is the most important thing to do. Meaning, pay attention to one note you're playing. As I already said in the beginning, the biggest mistake you can do on minor blues is to play too many notes. Play as little notes you can and then start to develop from there. Try to get out of it. Always refer to what you played, but always control what you're doing and give emotional impact. So let's get into soloing with simple stuff. Remember, not playing is music too. Now you can add any of your licks you know. Yeah, you see what I mean? You always refer to the main topic or the main theme. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. And then try to develop out of this. And I really kept it simple, but you saw it doesn't matter if it's really simple, because simplicity is not a bad thing in music. As a lot of times it's a good thing in music. If you keep things simple, but you have a maximum expression on the little simple things you have, you're the cool guy, and the other ones are the losers. Probably, not always. But there's one trick in jam sessions. If you meet a player who's better than you, don't try to beat the guy. Try to beat somebody with coolness by playing literally nothing, because nobody dares to play literally nothing. And that's the trick of minor blues. Keep it as spacey as you want. I mean, these are not licks, you know, guys. Just keep it cool. But keep the main thing always going on. See what I mean? I let you play nothing, but I controlled what I'm doing. And I kept a story going from A to B. It's about telling a story. It's not about playing wild stuff. It's about what you have to say. It's always about what you have to say. And I mean, the notes I play, these are not licks. These are just notes. I always say I only play the same 5 licks. But you can talk on the fretboard with the single notes and then start to develop and keep a motif going on. Yeah, guys, that's about creativity in this special case in a minor blues. Creativity is something about it's not about licks. I know there are many players out there, they want to play licks and they can play cool licks and stuff like that, but that's not creative. If you play licks all the time, you have a repertoire, even if you have a repertoire of 500 licks, you always repeat stuff, you know? And that's, I mean, it's cool. If I would love to play a lot of licks, but I'm not this type of player. I'm not a lick player, I never was. I can play licks if I need to, but I don't enjoy it. But what is more enjoyable is to feel the moment and feel what is coming now, what's next. That's the thing. And to get into this zone, you have to get into the zone. You know, the zone. Is to reduce complexity, you know, Komplexität in German. Keep it as simple as possible and develop out of the simple things, and then suddenly you probably make things way more complex and way more sophisticated as you thought. As soon as you start to think in music, you cannot be creative anymore. Creativity comes out of your guts, you know? And just a few notes can make the big difference. That's what it's all about. That's what I wanted to teach you today. Always want to teach my students, I must say. I have students that they just want to play licks. That's cool. They can have licks. But do we get creative is something else. Good. What more to say? If you want to download the backing track and the tabs of the thing which I showed you, they're available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Join there. Check the link in the description box. Also, please write me on that page. There we scroll down. Write me a review on Google Maps. You just scroll down, you see the reviews. Please also write me a review. That would be cool, because I love to have reviews there. Who not? Yeah, and join me on Instagram, join me on Telegram, follow me on Spotify. Facebook I don't do anymore. No, I don't like Facebook anymore. Times are over. I don't do that feed anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm doing in social media. Also, become a member of the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Is also a kind of a social media platform where we can start to interact. That's the idea. I want to keep people on one central thing, and that's there where we can talk with each other. Good. I'm going to play a version of my own now to end this up, and then me and Dr. Pink are signing off.